Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Melina's looking perfect. I love this chain accent piece, it's so nice. Modeling like crazy, everyone. Hmm. I broke a nail, oh no. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. Beauty in the form of a female. Alright, my voice is so deep. Alright, well, I'm trying to have a feminine voice, but it's kind of hard. My voice almost disappearing. Alright. Alright, guys, I was watching um, Oprah a long time ago when Cher was on there with Chaz Bono. And I was like, that's kind of cool, but she was a lesbian at the time, so she didn't have the transgender surgery at the time, which I won't ever do. I love being a guy, as Marco, but yes, so Chaz Bono um, is um, is on there, and like it was just the cutest thing. And Chaz Bono had written a book and saying the book was called Family Outing, and she was talking about how living with your family and Cher was obviously her mother, and being afraid to come out when Cher was already friends with a bunch of gay people, and she was like, obviously when you're a celebrity, you're known as a woman, and you're very beautiful. It's one thing to hang out with gay guys and love them, and lesbians and love them, but to sort of have your child be a lesbian or gay was very difficult for her, obviously. So it was kind of a cute, touching thing, and she was really nice. And then I saw on there that Ellen's father had actually kicked her out of the house. I was like, oh my god, I never realized Ellen went through that. I was like, holy, like I'm like, oh my god. So I was kind of like shocked that I was like, that was so long ago, and Ellen just came out, I guess, in Hollywood, and then she mentioned that on Oprah, and you're just like, wow, Ellen's been so inspirational in a lot of people's lives, and just sort of like been there for so many years. You just forget that one time she was actually kicked out of her house, and she was struggling and poor, and not having a lot at that time. So you forget that Ellen had gone through that, and you're just like, wow, that really puts a new look on Ellen. If you never liked Ellen, you might think differently after that. It's kind of crazy. Ellen has a crazy story, so you're just kind of like, wow, good for her. Like, um, and then to be out in Hollywood, it's not easy, I'm sure. And so she's able to do it, and she's got a beautiful wife, and you're just wow, crazy, right? So a lot of people love that story, right? Like it's just crazy. So Ellen is incredible, right? Like I loved Ellen when she did the sitcom, and her talk show's not that bad. I mean, I like her talk show. Sometimes she's funny, but I find when she acts, when she's actually in a show, she's a lot more funny than when she does, or when she does skits. I find her a lot more funny than when she does her show. But so she is funny. But I'm like, I'm thinking like, it's her life story is kind of crazy. I mean, people have been really giving her a hard time recently, but you're just like, wow, like she's been through a lot. I mean, I couldn't imagine. I mean, I was fine, but I mean, well, I'm obviously married to a woman, but I was fine. I was like, well, like with my parents, they loved and adored me. I was spoiled as much as they could. I mean, they gave me as much as they could, but and I was treated very, very well. So I couldn't imagine being thrown out of the house at such a young age. I don't know when she was kicked out of the house. I have no idea. I just saw that skit and I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. And Ellen's so famous now. I mean, if she looks back on it, I'm sure she kind of thinks it's crazy, ironic that she became so famous and has a huge mansion now. But you're just like, holy, I just never realized Ellen went through that. I mean, if any parent kicks out their child, you just think, wow, look, that's really sad. Like, how's your child gonna fend for themselves? So it's just tough, but then you see those inspirational stories like Nikki Tutorial's mom and like I guess Cher being the mom of Chaz Bono. You're just like, wow. Some of these people really go through nice situations. Like RuPaul's mom was always close to RuPaul. So some of these people just have very good luck and they don't have anything to worry about. Whereas somebody else might be like, oh my god, uh, oh my god, like they're actually kicked out of the house. You're just like, wow. And like I said, some of these people get famous. Like Ellen was famous, and she got kicked out of her house. You're just thinking, wow, that's nuts. All right, click and subscribe. Bye, everyone.